Hello everybody, Assassinator back with another Xbox catch-up video for September 4th, getting you caught up on all the Xbox news since the last time I reported on the Xbox news, which has been quite a while because I've just been playing a lot of Starfield, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you probably are doing the same exact thing. Now, the first main topic, the thumbnail topic, will be all about Starfield. So let's start off with something free that all Xbox Series X and S console owners get, which is a dynamic background of Starfield, as you can see on screen right there. Now, continuing with the topic of Starfield, Pete Hines stated that an official mod support on the Xbox Series X and S will come after launch, but there is no time frame. Now, I'm not someone who cares about building stuff myself, but I do look forward to playing what other people build. But nonetheless, that is a positive because the more people obviously building stuff for Starfield is the more content that's going to be out there. Now we get on to the reception of Starfield. Now, Starfield did release into early access technically on later day Thursday or Friday depending on your time zone. So a lot of regular players like myself and probably you have had your chance at playing Starfield. Now, Starfield runs on the Xbox Series X and S at a smooth 30 frames per second that it's hardly noticeable that it's 30 frames per second, at least to me. The performance is so good that you can hardly tell the difference between the S and the X version. A lot of people are reporting that is the most polished Bethesda game. I mean, I did get some funny bugs, animation bugs is the main thing that I see in there, but overall, nothing that's game breaking. I mean, the game is so polished that it seems like no reviewer actually complained about the bugs or the performance. The story is epic and gives you a lot of freedom. The visuals are impressive. The gameplay is addictive. I mean, on day one, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and put an hour in. And 3 hours later, I was still playing it. And I think I still put another 2 hours in after that. So yes, it does kind of draw you in. You want to see a little bit more because this is the first Bethesda game that I'm actually giving a try. And I'm enjoying every moment that I'm playing. Now, the anti-Xbox community, even YouTubers in that community were upset that Starfield didn't launch like Cyberpunk did. I mean, it's sad that some people hope something isn't good. And as I posted on X, haters are gonna hate while Xbox players game. Now, currently Starfield is sitting at an 87 on Metacritic as far as the Xbox Series version. I want to say the PC version was like 1 point higher. So it's roughly right around that 87. Now, I don't agree with it because reviews are just an opinion of a single person, and obviously you're going to have your own opinion on it. So what I suggest, especially if you have Game Pass, is just play it for yourself. It comes out soon, and it's basically free to you to play, included with your Game Pass subscription. So that's the best way to know if this is a game for you, because again, this is my very first Bethesda game. I did not play Fallouts, I did not play Skyrim. I hear those are amazing games, but I never gave them a chance. This one was in Game Pass, so I was able to play it, test it out, and I'm actually enjoying it. I'm enjoying it so much, I might go back and check out Skyrim and Fallout. But of course, that's many hours from now because I got a lot more time to put into Starfield. So that's it with Starfield. Let's move on to other topics, which are still revolving around Bethesda. So Pete Hines has confirmed that Elder Scrolls 6 has officially completed the pre-production stage and has entered into early development. So that is great, but the game is still a long ways off. But maybe we will get it before Todd Howard turns 60. Obviously, that's referencing my last Xbox catch-up video. Now, in a different interview, GamesIndustry.biz released an article where Pete Hines stated the following about Redfall. Yes, we do still have to acknowledge Redfall. I did not really get into it. I was going to wait for the 60 frames per second patch. I've kind of forgotten about it, as I'm pretty sure a lot of people have also. But basically, he stated, "We didn't get the start we wanted, but it's still a fun game, and we're going to keep working at it. We're going to do the 60 frames per second. We're going to get it to be a good game because we know, as a first-party studio, Game Pass lives forever. There will be people 10 years from now who are going to join Game Pass, and Redfall will be there." He also stated, in quote, "We don't quit or abandon stuff just because it didn't start right," end quote. So overall, I look forward to seeing what they do with Redfall, and I have not counted Redfall out. I mean, in the state that it is right now, I did not really enjoy it, but there's so many other games that I rather enjoy over that one because they're in better shape, I guess. But doesn't mean I won't go back and check out Redfall once they actually do add more content or more updates. I mean, I remember being there day one with Sea of Thieves. I gave that game up, I want to say 2 days later. I returned years later, and I was addicted to it just because they made it that much better. So Xbox is known to continue with their games and make them good. Now on to the next story, which is Tokyo Game Show takes place on September 21st through September 24th. And a few of the big publishers that have been confirmed to attend are Capcom, Square Enix, PlayStation, Microsoft with Xbox, Nintendo, Sega, and Konami. Now, Konami did announce its lineup that will be there, and I'm only going to obviously talk about the Xbox titles because I don't care about anything else. Which, the first one, I don't understand what this game is, I have to look into it a little more, is CYGNI, All Guns Blazing. So don't know what that's short for. But they're also going to have the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 and Super Bomberman R2. Now, I did play Super Bomberman R on the Nintendo Switch when it first came out. That was many years ago. And overall, it was a cool game. I just don't know what the price point's going to be, because to me, that seems like a $20 to $30 game. They'll probably announce it for $30. Anything more, and it might be a little too much. But again, depends on the content that they put in there, and that's just my thoughts. So as I did mention, Xbox will be at the Tokyo Game Show. Now, Xbox has been trying to grow in Japan for a while. Over the last few years, we have seen Xbox working out deals to bring games to the Xbox like the Yakuza and Persona franchises. It now looks like Xbox has hired a director for partnership in Japan. She will be responsible for leading partnerships worldwide for Japanese publishers at Xbox. She has 8+ years of experience with a leading role at Sony Interactive Entertainment, PlayStation Japan. So based off of this info, I'm sure she already has established relationships with Japanese developers, and this could help improve the relationship between Xbox and those developers, which will hopefully result in more Japanese developed games coming to the Xbox platform. Now we move on to Sea of Stars, which is the JRPG that looks like it takes elements from Chrono Trigger and Paper Mario, which are both great games. And the news about it is that it has sold 100,000 copies in just one day. And this is good for a small scope game. And this is on top of that it has been available in Game Pass and PlayStation Plus. So if you have one of those subscription services, you'd probably be playing it for free, basically, technically for free, based off of you already having that subscription, and so therefore you're not buying it. So 100,000 copies is actually a great thing, and that's only in one day. I'm expecting it to go up from there. It seems like a well-made JRPG that I do want to get around to playing. All I'm hearing is great things about this game. The only bad thing about this game isn't the game. It's when it was launched, since it came out days before Starfield and other large games. I mean, I plan to play it, but probably won't until the beginning of the year, since there seems to be a lot of games that I want to play first that are releasing over the next 60 days. Now, something cool and interesting that's coming to Call of Duty is that we'll be getting AI-powered voice chat moderation in order to fight off in-game toxicity, which overall is another good thing. Xbox is doing a lot of things to protect its player base, and it looks like Call of Duty is doing the same. And the cool thing is they're going to be using AI. Now we're moving on to some negative, which are the delays. So first up, RoboCop Rogue City has been delayed to November 2nd. Now the game looks better and is now something I'm considering checking out, but it all depends where I'm at with the games that launch before and after it. Because obviously, just like with Sea of Stars, I do have games that take higher priority of my gaming time. The other delay will be Rugby 24, which has been delayed to January 30th of 2024, so just into the new year. Now the big bad news is that a studio did close. So the studio that brought us the newest Saints Row, which did underperform, is going to be closing. The owner's Embracer Group has been downsizing ever since the $2 billion deal fell through, and this studio is the most recent, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see other closures and more layoffs. I feel that the reason they were chosen was because they fumbled Saints Row and it cost a lot of money to make. I mean, overall, it seems like it sold decent, but the IP was ruined to a lot of people's eyes. So if a new Saints Row comes out, a lot of people are going to skip on buying it. Now the sad thing is they were in business for 30 years, but the gaming industry is tough. And I think that's why a lot of developers decide to go the indie route, more freedom, and the stakes aren't as high because the budget isn't as high. And to me, we get a lot more unique games. So let's move on from the sad news and let's move on to the better news. What's going to be releasing in the month of September? Because there are quite a few games that are coming out in the month of September. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about them. These are all games coming to an Xbox platform. So first off, we did have Starfield Early Access, which was on the 1st. we're going to have the full official release of Starfield on the 6th, which is day 1 Game Pass. You got NBA 2K24, which is on the 8th. Crew Motorfest on the 14th. Liza P on the 19th, again day 1 into Game Pass. Mortal Kombat 1 on the 19th. Party Animals on the 20th, another one that's releasing day 1 into Game Pass. Payday 3 on the 21st, which is also releasing day 1 into Game Pass. The Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty expansion, which is coming on the 26th. Cocoon on the 29th, going into Game Pass day 1. And EA FC 24, which is basically FIFA, which is coming on the 29th. So overall, I mean, there's basically a game for almost everyone on that list, if not multiple. And like me, you're probably going to run into which games do you play first. Now, I did mention that Cyberpunk is going to be releasing on the 26th, and with that, it's not just the Phantom Liberty expansion, there's also the 2.0 update. Now, the Cyberpunk official account did post this image, giving you a breakdown of what you can expect. And a few that stood out to me on the 2.0 update is the redesigned skill tree and perks, vehicle combat, and revamped cyberware. Overall, this expansion truly seems like a 2.0, and I'm expecting to see a spike in the player count again, much like when it first did release. Now for me, I just don't know when or if I'll ever get around to playing it, because again, it's very hard for me to go back to a game that I haven't played in such a long time, especially one that has so many systems intertwined in it. Now that's going to be it for this video. I hope I got you caught up on everything that's happened in the world of Xbox. If you found this video informative, make sure to hit that like button. If you like videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But until next time, Assassinator's out.